Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Ben the Human Plays IXION, the new and improved Tiqqun. Things are very different than they were before when we last left. All of the districts have at least 5 cycles of battery power now. Two I kind of went a little overboard with battery power. It's 8.7 cycles. The space district hasn't changed much. I did add I think I added 2 batteries and I kind of added all of our storage you know, what are these things called? Stockpiles. All of our storage stockpiles across the middle. I added a big one over here and then the DLS center. That might have been there before too. The food district is very different. So we moved the hospital. I think I did that last time, but then we shifted everything over to this side. I consolidated all of our population buildings into domestic quarters so we don't have as many buildings just lying around. I got rid of our batteries over here and I just consolidated them into this big bank here. And now we have 4 crop fields. I only have 3 running right now. If I run 4, even when I run 3, it gets kind of out of hand with the amount of food we have on hand. But I did move all of our storage closer to the food. We have a bunch of extra ones in case the food gets out of hand as well. And we're just storing crazy amounts of ice. One thing to note, if you have to move your fusion station, it destroys all of the water in that station, which is kind of weird. I actually built this one and then deleted the other one, hoping that the water would like transfer. It just goes away, which was kind of interesting. So if you're gonna move your water station, be prepared for that, or be like really solid with where you want to put your water station in the future. Otherwise, you'll have to deal with the water moving. I don't think I changed much in the industrial district. I did get rid of the second waste treatment center because they were like cannibalizing the waste of each other, and then 2 of them were like not doing anything. So I got rid of one. I put in a new polymer factory because on top of like relaying out all of my districts, I've been building the solar panel sets, and actually one is currently in progress right now. We only have 1 more set of solar panels to build across the whole ship, but we have a pretty large bank of power again. So we're doing pretty good from that perspective. And then the last district I want to show you is the humanity district. So we've cleared out a lot of cryopods. We went through, I think we left off, we were like at 700 or so awakened cryopods, and we're almost at 2,000 now. This district alone houses the vast majority of the population of the ship. The rest of these districts all have like 800 between them. This one's carrying 2,000 people on its own, which is pretty impressive. I did add, I've never used these before, but I did add the cell housing to this district. So each of these holds 125 people on their own, which is a little more than a domestic quarter, and it takes up less space. So I just kind of ran those along the wall there. And I might actually move our food and whatnot out of this corner so we can keep running the cell housing along that side of the building. In fact, I might even try to queue that up now. So you guys could go in the middle here, which is not a bad place. And then we could convert this guy into food. I think I will. I'm gonna do it. He's doing it. Okay. Anyway, so we're gonna build these 2. We'll delete these 2. We'll move the food back over here, and then we'll call it good. We won't move the food until these 2 are up and running, but yeah, and then that'll allow us to build at least 2 more cell housings. I don't think we'll be able to fit a 3rd one in here, so let's take a look real quick. So cell housing, you can see how it fits in there. So 1, 2. Yeah, there's not enough space to fit the other one in there. You might be able to stuff the warehouse in there, or the stockpile over there. We'll see. But then what I've been doing, because this gets us like a little more space over here, I'm actually shifting all of our housing over. So what I've been doing is I've been deleting this optimized quarter, shifting it over as domestic quarter, and then, you know, doing so down the line. We might actually get rid of our legislative strengthening center Like, everything's doing so well. And then on top of that, we unlocked the Hull Temple. Like, the research just kept trucking along. This thing is sick looking. It's a 4x8, and it has to be attached to the hull. Ooh, maybe we could shove this over here. I don't know. We'll see. I don't know how much space I have if we put cell housing all the way to the wall. But that would be pretty sick. If we need stability after jumping, oh, we have an incoming transmission. We might be able to use the hull temples to great effect. So, let's go to the incoming transmission.
Perform a VOHLE jump on your order.
Thanks, Eden. All right, all the ships should come back. So we got the mule. Well, who is this? All right, well, anyway. Mule, come back to the ship. And that's the Nobrock. You should also come back to the ship. Who else is coming? Naglfar and the Grail. That's not the Naglfar. Here it is. That's our water hauler. That guy's been doing work. We've got like 1,000 ice on the ship. It's crazy. All right, everything else is making its way back to the ship. So let's take everything off. And then once we get all of the ships on hand, and we can jump the hell out of here. Thanks, Eden. Let's go ahead and fast forward. Let's get these ships in here. Yeah, we've cleared out most of the system. There's a lot of carbon still sitting around, but we have a crap ton of carbon that we haven't processed yet. Really, the thing we're lacking is iron. But part of that was I kind of mismanaged my ships, and then I had them gather like all the silicon. Like you can see, we have 334 here. We have 160 in this district. We have 97 we got way too much carbon. I got preoccupied when I was building the solar panels, because that's why we have so little polymer, that I was just like, I need more polymer to build more solar panels. And lo and behold, we actually didn't need that much polymer. But we do have a lot of alloy, and basically I'm gonna switch all of you guys to alloy now as well, just until we jump into the new system. Well, what the heck? You all literally had a stockpile accident at the same time? I call shenanigans. This was a sabotage. Somebody set me up. So it's this guy, and this guy. Who did it? These people are gonna starve. No, they already have 8 food. They're fine. All right, are all the ships back? Not quite. Close. We're just getting the last two mining ships on board. All right, one more. You're really like dragging your feet here, bud. Who is this? Doom. Of course it's Doom. A portent of bad things to come. All right, our hull's almost back to full. And we're ready to go. Fire it up. It's going to take 0.5 cycles to charge.
In accordance with Frau Stanford procedures, all ships must return to the Tiqqun before VOHLE jump initiation.
I'm way ahead of you, Eden. We're ready to rock and roll. The VOHLE jump is charging. Guess I could have timed that a little better. It's funny that it won't tell you how the charge is doing when you're looking at the solar system map. All right, commence the jump. I never get tired of this cutscene. Looks cooler now that we have bigger solar panels. Shifting through time and space. I wonder if like other dimensions or other jumps perceive as a ship goes through the interstitial space. We're here, biatches. Oh, look at the smoke coming off the ship. Dope.
Full jump complete.
We're here. That planet looks horrible.
Expected irreversible damage to the Tiqqun detected.
Of course.
Calculations indicate the system's pulsar is dormant. Sensors have located the Piranesi.
Uh-oh.
Currently powered down.
Neat.
You must find a way to retrieve the Remus coordinates from it. Act with extreme caution, Administrator.
Aye, aye, Eden. So, what I would recommend, so first things first, let's kick on our probe, walking into the lion's den. Test colonization protocols. That is also important. So, what I would recommend is making sure all of your ships are assigned first and foremost. Let's see. You guys can be assigned to District 1. Everybody assigned to District 5 except for that one. Do we have a space for our science ships? I don't think we do. What's assigned here? Oh, no science ships. All right, science ships. Away. There we go. All right, we're set. The only time we would add a cargo ship to this district is if we need to pick up more cryopods. So, first things first, let's kick on our probe maker. So we don't want to build any countermeasures right now. We want to be only building the probe. Fire that up. Do we got workers? We got workers. We should, every district, oh, you guys are actually pretty close to your limit here. I might go ahead and transfer some more people from District 2 to District 6 here. Let's go. Let's send us a group of 60 from 2 to 6. 50. Sorry, I can count. That's exactly the number of housing we have. So, more power to you. Okay, so that guy, they will have some redundant workforce. You guys you're pretty good. You got about 70 spare workers, and this one has just all the population, so there's no problem in that district. So this is going good. You guys are going to build us a probe, and then we can fire the probe out into space. This guy needs to get kicked on. There we go. Things are running. All right, so we got the Piranesi. So my recommendation is not to go to the Piranesi. At least at first, I would recommend you find all of the points of interest and, you know, resources and whatnot, and just kind of like get that rolling for yourself, and then do the Piranesi in this system last. I think it's important to unlock all of the points of interest first, and you will see why soon. Maybe in a few episodes or not. I thought hold on. Who's this? Seagull, get on this. Is here. Summary of Intelligence on PSR B1257 plus 12H. Who came up with this name? Several planetary readings from 12H fall outside the parameters of theoretical models. We have landed on 12H, a planet with intense geological activity. Fissures expel gas into the atmosphere and canyons run deep across the planet's surface. We have located a stable area where we should be able to study 12H's phenomena. Let's read here. So we could perform intrusive analysis, detonate strategically placed explosive charges, which will provide samples for collection with minimal effort. Although not subtle, the Seagull's crew can set up and execute this quickly. With already, like, unstable seismic activity going on, that seems like a dangerous thing to do. Temporary study, carrying out a number of tests. They will upload the results and abandon, or we could build a large center capable of supporting exploration and geological analysis, which will allow the Seagulls team to map the site's topography and molecular composition. Despite being a time-consuming approach, the team will analyze a large amount of data with the help of a dedicated PA to ensure the generation of statistically robust reports. I think we take the time to build this. We're not doing anything anyway, so let's go ahead and do that. The ship is here. It should be relatively quick for our cargo ship to be transporting stuff to it. We just want to keep an eye on all of our resources. Once the probe is ready to go, we do want to fire that off into space and find a deposit of iron as quickly as we can, since that's the raw resource we have the least of right now. All right, probe is ready to go. All right, find me some iron, but my boy, I can talk. All right, we got a medium deposit not too far away. Oh, see that big one? Still claims it's only a medium. Oh, aha! There we go. That's what we wanted to see. And now I think we can take the time to spit probes at points of interest.
Transfer complete.
Awesome. And we do need to get some more colonists going. Each group trains, each electronic trains 15 colonists, and we need 60 more to be able to test our colonization protocols. So we do have those spare workers here, so let's kick that on. Go ahead and train. Oh, that's why. You guys don't have any spare colonists that don't that aren't normal people. It's only workers in this district right now. Okay, so let's transport non-workers from Sector 2 to Sector 5, and we would like 60 of them. 60 total, and that'll be just fine. And then we'll train all of those people into colonists. And then we probably would like to move our existing colonists who live in Sector 6 to Sector 5 as well. There's plenty of housing there, so why don't we just go do that now so I don't forget. Only colonists from Sector 6 to Sector 5, and we'll transport all of them. There we go. Want to make sure there's plenty of food, but I think there will be. I think it's only like 300 people living in this district now. All right. Back at it with the cool exploration. We're collecting science again. Things are grand. What are we even researching right now? Ah, we're updating our chemical fusion station. We have the... you know what? I thought this was like a moment of weakness, and... not really weakness, but I was like, maybe the algae farm will be great. You know what I think would actually be more useful? Because that's just like, we have 4 crop farms and I'm not even using them. I think spending the time to get the drone bay up and running will yield dividends in the long term. And I've screwed this up. There. I've never used the nuclear power plant. Part of me, it does interest me. I've never used the water treatment facility either. I feel like I'd need a lot more waste to make this viable. Right now, we're just kind of like scraping by with the waste we have. But, I mean, we might be able to get enough science to do it on our own. You know, once we've researched everything, there's nothing else to do. Dude, look at all the iron we found. All right, boys, have at it. Iron it up, and then we're going to put carbon at the bottom since we're still maxed out on carbon, and then we're gonna put you at the secondarily, and then Doom and Michelle are going to have ice also as top priority, because you do chew through ice fairly quickly when you're not bringing it in. We've moved our non-workers so we can start working on them becoming our next set of colonists. We have a new probe. Let's find a new point of interest so we can get all of our science ships working. I don't know. I can't remember if this is dangerous to ships or not. Maybe it doesn't matter? I have a feeling this doesn't matter to ships. I remember this from one point in the past when I played this game a while ago, and I was like, I don't want to go into this storm, but then there was like no way around it, and it was fine. That's what I recall. That could be entirely wrong. And it very well might. I don't have the greatest memory, guys. Especially when it comes to, like, what is even happening in a game. Who knows? So much carbon. Even with the 2 polymer refineries we have rolling, it's still, like, not enough to keep up with just the carbon we have on hand. Granted, we haven't really sped up the carbon making process. Might be worth investing in just to, well, the only thing we use polymer for are probes and the solar panels, and we have a lot. We can just wait around. I don't know, man. Let's lean into the drone bay. That's kind of like what I'd like to learn more about here. Infirmary. We're not using the infirmary anymore. We've switched totally over to the health center, which we could lean into, but honestly, we have enough spare workers that we don't need to get them back out of the hospital that fast. So I think it's okay. We haven't built any hull temples. There are some good upgrades to the hull temples. Let me just pause here for a second. So I love these upgrades. Praise it, feed it, be it. Amazing. Like, I just love the insinuated lore behind the hull temple. But increasing the stability to a sector whilst the cult is propagating, so it's a +2 instead of a +1. Power cost reduction, sure. But be it increases the hull's maximum integrity just by existing. That's pretty sick, actually. So, you know, I could be enticed to go after that. Mushroom wall, not really interested. Observatory is great for stability, but it reduces your hull, so I'm not super interested in that either. More waste from the crop farms. Cell housing. You know, that should be what we're going for, since we're planning on doing a shift here in this district. And actually, I should be moving all of this now. When's the next meal cycle? Are you guys gonna tell me? I think it's in 1 cycle. Maybe not.
Accident has occurred in the Tiqqun.
You had a cryon. Who fell in the cryonic bay? All right, move all of the food out of this stockpile and into this stockpile. Probe has completed its scan. Hey, we found it. Send the gear out. They need something to do. And then let's find the other point of interest out here. These mining ships are all zipping on out there. How are we doing on alloy? Oh, we're at 700. Things are great. Okay, we can continue with our shift down here. So let's eliminate the optimized quarter here. Pull the alloy out of that stockpile. Oh, fudge, we don't have the space in our stockpile. Although, you know how we do this. We turn this guy into a stockpile for a second. And then we have to build a second stockpile here. Basically what I've been running into when I'm trying to eliminate a building and then rebuild the building is it takes too much alloy to pull out of the building in order to build the building. That statement made no sense. Basically, you cannot delete the building until all of the resources are out of it. If your stockpile fills up, you can't take the resources out of it, and then you're just kind of stuck in this weird limbo where the building won't go away, but you want it to. So you have to balance it between having enough space in your stockpile to deconstruct the thing, but also have enough resources sitting around that you can then build the next building that you wanted to build. There, I think that was a relatively succinct way of saying that. We're working on this one. Okay, so you can just get shut down. The food will eventually get pulled out of that guy. Where is all this food coming from? Holy God. Here, move it over here.
Science ship has arrived at its destination.
New science ship? All right, this is the last thing we'll check in on before the end of the episode here. So, checking in on 12G, they might be giants. Our probe has detected abnormal meteorological activity present on 12G, calling into question our theoretical models. We've descended into the upper atmosphere of 12G. Updrafts and downdrafts of ionized hydrogen form purple-shaded tornadoes and immense green cumulonimbus clouds. A group of tornadoes surround and circle a massive cyclone on the planet, large enough in size to be observable from space. So it's like the red spot on Jupiter. The Gears team will conduct superficial analysis of the phenomenon, staying at a safe distance and collecting samples of atmospheric gas only. Providing data quickly, we'll be able to test our correlating theoretical models of the observable wind forms. Set up measuring devices. They will rig and drop measuring devices into the lower atmosphere close to the meteorological phenomena. It will be necessary to provide resources via cargo ship. They will provide valuable data. Or we could build a drone. The patrol directs for the fabrication of a drone adapted for the conditions present on 12G. Although of simple design, the drone is sophisticated enough to collect the data necessary to improve our understanding of the extraordinary meteorological phenomenon. I like the idea of the drone. Let's launch autonomous drone. We will get the materials from Group 6, Sector 5. All right, let's pause the episode there. If you guys enjoyed the episode, please click the like button. It helps me out a lot. If you want to see more episodes of IXION or the other videos I have going on the channel, subscribe to the channel. Make sure you have your notifications on so you know when the next videos go live. But until next time, everybody, I hope you had a good one, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye, everybody.